You were likely here for the last two, so it's time for your grand finale. We may be here for a while today, so this is probably one of those sit down and eat while you watch kind of videos, or put it on while you're driving. The video itself isn't that important, the audio is what matters. You know, I always spend a ton of time finding the perfect video to watch while I eat, but I'm always done with the food 5 minutes in. I've heard that's a common problem. I don't know why I brought it up. Anyway, I know these things usually start out by me saying don't get your feelings hurt or whatever. A different story today. We are not even doing footage from every role, and here's why. Reason number one, I'm not picking objectively bad characters in competitive because that's throwing for my team, so I do these in quick play. Therefore, every match already has 4 people, or 5, instantly locking Duelist, making it nigh unplayable. Reason number 2, I cannot rely upon strategist players to do the important jobs. Therefore, the footage today will be of me doing their job in X-Grandmaster and Eternal Stacked ranked lobbies to prove that it's not that hard. I'm going to be short on the ending, so if you are looking for teammates, the gaming server is in the description. Let's begin. Oh, and I'm trying to make a Q&A style video, so ask a couple of questions about Marvel Rivals should you have any. Alright, now we're actually getting into it. Black Panther players just gotta be different. Don't try to lie to me and say that you do it for the sake of it being a high-skill character. We both know you're doing it to be flashy. If you wanted effective, you would have gone with magic. You are the one dive player who wants to be seen by everyone, and it is readily apparent that you were never taught in the art of subtlety. I am wholeheartedly confident that you would rather play a character with a megaphone and fireworks. There's just not one available. In a world of birds, you are a cockatoo, and I know you assumed peacock, but a peacock can shut the fuck up once in a while. Black Widow mains have no idea what their place is in the universe, and you aren't gonna find out either. Your most commonly used phrase remains to be, if only. If only I could stop getting dived, if only I could get healed more, if only I could be bubbled. Well, your team feels the same way about you. If only you could shut the hell up and swap off of Widow. You are selling rounds like the guy behind the gun counter in GTA, you selfish dipshit. Be better. Everyone would prefer you are the Natasha that fell off the cliff in Endgame. Hawkeye mains should probably meet the business end of a locomotive running over both of their legs at the knee. Either that, or they ought to be drowned in a public restroom. But I like archery. No, you don't, you fucking twit. Not to that degree, at least. You're making excuses so people won't call you a little bitch for using a crutch. Well, guess what? We all still notice it. It would not be nearly as shameful if you were forthright with your shortcomings. It's too bad that you never will be, and we have to keep reminding you for the rest of your unfortunately long life. Hella players, you are the primary reason that Jesus Christ has not bothered coming back. He knows so long as you exist, salvation for humanity will remain unattainable. You aren't playing this to diversify yourself. You're not doing it because you like the character. You're doing it because it's all you can do. Because you fucking suck. The highest you will ever peak is the entry to Diamond, and you're going to become a Namor main in a week after they demote you out of that rank 17 times. The only reason I advocate for your erasure from reality to only a partial degree, and not entirely, is 2 spots below this portion. Iron Fist players are here to dunk on idiots and then get a week-long ban after calling the person who backed up and headshot them a slur. It's not like they can't play Magic. Anybody can play Magic. Magic would have been a better and more intelligent pick. They're not doing it because they think that playing a girl in a video game is somehow gonna turn them gay. Speaking of gay, Iron Man players. I don't mean gay as in you're a guy who kisses other guys like Iron Fist. Do whatever you want in your personal life. Love is love. Gay isn't an insult in that regard. That's homosexual gay. I'm talking derogatory gay. This is the 2012 Call of Duty lobby reference of gay. You know, it's what you would get called for using a riot shield or pulling out a DMR in a sniper 1v1. The one that meant, I disrespect you and your bloodline, bitch boy. Also, on behalf of all competitive Hulk players, because they're just too nice to say it, fuck you. You're the reason they keep getting their character knocked out in the ban phase. Magic mains, I don't know how you have gone undetected for this long. You are an expert in skirting under the radar. I'm awaiting the day for people to realize how strong this character actually is. You guys know it, and you caught on real early. You do everything that the other dive characters do, and you don't have to act like a pussy while you do it. It's incredible. Either you can spot an investment opportunity from miles away, or everyone else is just a dumbass. Both of these are equally possible, and both could be true at one given time. Mark my words, your clock is ticking, and no, I'm not just talking about menopause. To the Mr. Fantastics of this world, you're probably an idiot. Hell, maybe that's why you picked the smartest character. You hoped some of the intelligence would wear off on you. The developers knew that you couldn't resist a character that's impossible to die with. They knew you weren't being useful on Duelist anyway, and they knew you're the person who will instantly grab the shiniest chalice in the Holy Grail catacombs. Fucking Buck Nito over here was a great trick to get you on a baby tank. Too bad you're never going to realize you're literally just playing a shitty tank, and you should probably switch to a real one because it will greatly benefit your team. Moon Knight players kinda got life figured out. On the rare occasion that you aim, you just throw everything in the direction of a tank and the rest figures itself out. Otherwise, you look in a general area, press 4 buttons, and you get a bunch of free kills every 8 seconds. Some of you do get really egotistical about it, which, I don't know, that doesn't really make sense to me. It's pretty apparent that you guys can't aim, there's no reason to get all riled up about it. It's fine. He was made for those who can't. You don't have to carry that pride on your shoulder. And thank God you guys have no mechanical ability up close, or we would be in some real trouble, and the conversation today would be a lot more disrespectful towards you. Namor was nobody's first pick, because we all looked at him like bootleg Aquaman, and you can't go, well, I really love Namor in the comics. The guy was a dumbass. Anyway, all the Hela and Hawkeye players got to Diamond, realized they can't use those crutches anymore, and then they stumbled through games until they landed on Namor. The ones that stayed realized that he's basically throwing area codes at the enemy, and everything else aims for him. I tell you what, they may not be very skilled, but they're not idiots. These ones were fast to realize a change needed to be made if their success were to continue. The rest of the Namor community was spawned by those very people kicking the shit out of other people, and then them going, oh god, I gotta play Namor, he's real good. Psylocke players are always gonna confuse me, not because of what you do, but because of what my teams do in response to you. You're not hard to notice, you're not hard to avoid, you're not hard to kill. How the hell does everyone apart from me on my team keep dying to you? Fluorescent purple blends in with nothing except the ass end of a rainbow. You have a 4-second stealth window, and even while you're in that, your high heels sound like bell tower chimes. I am drawn to the conclusion that you're a very big fish in a very small pond. A small pond filled with really, really dumb fish. I don't think you're big brain. I really don't. You just woke up in a future like the movie Idiocracy and you're capitalizing upon it. Hey there, Punisher. Why the fuck are you always 7 and 7? Jesus Christ, you're so aggressively mid. Not the character, I mean you. You, the pilot, the person behind it. You point at things and they die. Why the shit do you act like you're surgically repairing your own pulmonary embolism with a grapefruit spoon and a stapler? It's a miracle that you figured out how to turn on a device of any kind, let alone navigated your way here. I am shocked that you've made it this far without choking to death because you forgot to chew your food before you swallowed it. Scarlet Witch players... look, it's like this. You're not running this character to dunk on people that suck. You're running this character because you yourself are awful, and this is your only option to kill players that are somehow worse. You exist for the physically disabled, and so Magneto can have a funky sword. But I have no physical disabilities. I mean, you may say that, but trust me, you do. Fortunately, there is a portion of the community under the impression that you need nerfs because you are so strong, so don't worry, I don't think your supply of dipshits is running out anytime soon. Hey there, Spider-Man players. Look, you guys get a bad rap a lot, so let's talk. Let's have a heart-to-heart. I swear to God, I'm gonna get a machete and a blowtorch, and I'm gonna make you as small as I possibly fucking can. We get it. You like the Spider-Man games, but I have a question for you. Remember, honest to God, why do you keep trying to cosplay as Uncle Ben, you dead bitch? Does this look like the sign-up sheet at a soup kitchen to you? No? Well then why are you constantly volunteering to feed? Last I checked, Spider-Man was all about his superpowers, not his ability to get murdered by a rolled-up piece of fucking newspaper. I don't have it in my heart to maintain any level of sympathy for Squirrel Girl players or anything that happens to them. You run a character that is impossible to fail with. You mistake that for genuine skill, and then you get pissy when you play like an idiot and lose. I've said it once, and I will say it a million more times if I have to. May we never remove the tail off of Squirrel Girl. It's the only thing stopping her from being a blight upon the ranked circuit. If people weren't afraid of being called furries, this would be a severe problem. Please, dear God, do not let her get any more buffs. I don't want to live in the reality where people find out how good she can be. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even play him, but I think Star-Lord players might just plainly be the best. A Star-Lord who has figured out aiming and movement is a complete nightmare. Keep praying that there are only 4 of them alive at any given time in the universe. You like to gamble, but you also intend to win every single time you do. Worse yet, for us at least, the deck is stacked in your favor. You're going to jet in and kill all the squishies, and the only thing it's going to cost you is 1 blink per kill. Not to mention the ultimate. Ask anybody. They don't want to be a part of it. With Hela, all you need to do is move behind a wall, but if we do that to you, you're gonna follow us. Storm players, I'll be real, you owe me a thank you. If it wasn't for me being incredibly disparaging towards her initial state, who knows? If they were to believe you going, oh no, she's a sleeper pick, trust, she would still be over there rummaging through trash cans in Sucktown. This is truly a story of whorehouse to penthouse. At the inception of it all, it was Storm players who were getting relentlessly fucked for the price of a McChicken. Now they are the ones doing the fucking. Your investment paid off, I hope your butthole isn't too chapped from all that hard work, and you're welcome. Bucky players are just straight up bullies. That's it. They steal Groot's toys, they kicked over Jeff's snowman, they smacked the bitch out of Scarlet, and then they came back and stabbed Jeff in the base of his spine so he can't walk anymore. These guys are unbelievably hostile. You are going to get berated for upwards of 5 minutes if you comment on their poor performance. They have been idling at 75 for several years now, and they take any excuse to stomp on the gas provided. This is probably the worst player to piss off in a match apart from a Loki. They're going to burn all of their abilities just in efforts to fuck up your day. Wolverine mains are complete unhinged spazzes, and they have more holes in their logic than Kyle does in his drywall. Somehow, they will figure out all of the pathing requirements in the world to go attack a Vanguard, but don't you dare tell them to play a character capable of flanking strategists with success. Don't ask me why, they have no clue how to do that. Their knowledge base begins and ends at big target in front of me must die, and you know what? I'm kinda happy for them. It's fun to be simple-minded, and I'm happy that the developers put in a character for people who can't comprehend you can just go left or right and walk around the tank. Well, there you have it, and one final note. Damage players, nobody likes you. You're easily one of the most openly disrespected positions in any field. On the hierarchy, you are right above Chomo gymnastics teacher, and you're right under CEO of a healthcare company. Now you may not enjoy that, but it is true. Now let me say, you absolutely deserve that treatment, but the point still stands. There isn't a lesson anywhere in there, it's just true. Okay, bye.